There we go. All right, y'all. Hey, what's up, good people? I'm QC. Welcome to a brand new Talking and Grubbing live stream. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope all y'all doing good. I'm doing good. Hope all your days were doing good. Were good, excuse me. You know, I had a little rough patch in my day, but my day is still good. It's even better that I'm here with y'all now. Okay, I'm about to just spread the word on social media. I'm live now. Tonight is the NFL schedule release. That means all 32 team schedule is released. Me, y'all know I'm a diehard Browns fan, so that's why I'm doing this live stream tonight. I'm doing the excuse me, the schedule preview. So I know all y'all are excited. So for those of you who are watching right now, tell me which games are you excited to see your team play this season? All right. I'm definitely excited to finally see the 2021 schedule come out for the Browns, as well as the other teams. Finally, I get to see the Sunday night football schedule so I can set up my dinner Sunday night football live streams. And yes, the Browns do have a Sunday night football game this year. I'll get into that a little bit later, but I'm just excited to finally see the schedule come out, to see who's playing what, where, who's playing when. And just for tonight, I got a Cleveland favorite from Mr. Hero, the Roman Burger. I've done a video featuring this before. If you're ever in Cleveland, you definitely gotta go to Mr. Hero and try a Roman Burger. Mm. Man, that's good. Now, as you all know, the Browns are coming off their best season that they had since they returned to the NFL in 1999. They finished 11-5. They won the wild card game against the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Well, dominated the Steelers in Pittsburgh, but ultimately they lost a tough one to the Kansas City Chiefs, who went on to go to the Super Bowl and lose to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So There's a lot of excitement and anticipation for the Browns, especially for us here in Cleveland. Especially coming off the NFL draft that was just here a couple of weeks ago. And man, what fun that was. I'm in the midst of editing part 2 of the video. Well, of my video of what I caught at the NFL draft. Y'all can see part 1 right now. So for all my Browns fans out there, if you're watching this, what are your thoughts on the 2021 schedule? Which games are you excited to see? We definitely going to get into the schedule in a little bit. But I will tell you that week 1 gets off to a great start as the Browns travel to Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs in Kansas City in the AFC divisional playoff rematch. That's going to be on CBS at 4:25. So great matchup right out the gate. A lot of people, myself included, felt that should have been a Sunday night football game. But hey, now if you want to donate to this channel, you can donate via Super Chat while I'm live here tonight. If you're watching this on YouTube or Cash App or PayPal. There's the Cash App, cash tag, $ talking and grubbing. There's the PayPal email, talkingandgrubbing@gmail.com. Any donations to this channel will be great. I greatly appreciate your support and donations to the channel. Hey, Miss Shalana, how you doing? Miss Shalana, she's a Dolphins fan and a Colts fan, even though she's living in the Chicagoland area. So, Miss Shalana, what do you think about the schedule for your teams? Also, the Browns definitely have some primetime games. Also, a major one for the holidays. And some of these games have flex opportunities just in case, say, the Browns or their opponents definitely are hot down the stretch trying to get into the playoffs, or say the Browns are in a dogfight for the division. You could definitely see those games get flexed to Sunday Night Football. All right. Man, I'm just so excited to get into this schedule. So let me get my screen up. Share this with y'all. Hope all y'all can see that. Okay, y'all definitely can. Mr. Lane, you said the Dolphins' schedule looks tough. What about the Colts? How's their schedule looking, Mr. Lane? Mr. Lane, I see what you're saying. A lot of these schedules are going to look more tougher due to the fact they've added the 17th game now. As opposed to the 16 that's been, in the past. But all right, this is the Cleveland Browns 2021 schedule. I know y'all may not be able to see everything, but definitely find a more condensed version for you to get to see. But here are the games for the Cleveland Browns for the 2021 season. As I mentioned earlier, the Browns kick it off in a major way as they travel to Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs in Kansas City. Then week 2, well, before I get into week 2, now the Chiefs, the Browns and Chiefs, that's the AFC divisional playoff rematch. The Browns gave the Chiefs a run for their money when they weren't expecting it. And a lot of people definitely felt the Browns could have won that game if they could have found a way to stop Chad Henne on that 3rd and 14. I know my fellow Browns fans, I know a lot of y'all still get upset behind that one. Trust me, I do too. But this is going to be on CBS 425. So most of the nation will be watching this game. Nisha Lane, you said the Colts schedule looks okay. You also said the Browns should have won that game. Definitely. All right, Kobe. Thank you, man. Thanks for dropping by. You have a good day, too. All right, now on to week 2, which is the Browns home opener. They play the Houston Texans, so Deshaun Watson comes back to the land to take on the Browns with a new head coach. That's if he's still there. That's going to be interesting to see how Deshaun and his new coach interacts, as well as his new teammates. As you all know, J.J. Watt went out to Arizona after the Texans released him around March or April. So that matchup will be on CBS. Then the Browns stay at home week 3 against the Chicago Bears. That could be the debut of Justin Fields, former Ohio State Buckeye, getting into his rookie year. That's going to be a pretty interesting matchup. Now, this matchup may not have all the glitz and glamour or the major storylines, but you still are going to have two of the best defensive players in the game on both sides of the ball in Myles Garrett and Khalil Mack. You know, Khalil Mack, he's a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, while Myles Garrett last year was a Defensive Player of the Year candidate until he unfortunately tested positive for COVID, and he definitely wasn't the same after that. But Myles Garrett definitely has a chance to win his first Defensive Player of the Year award this year. If he can stay healthy, he can definitely become one of the top 5 sack leaders in the NFL. So yeah, it may not have all the glitz and glamour like a Browns and Chiefs game would, but still, you definitely still got some talent. Also, you know, Justin Fields is the starter by the time that game rolls around. It'll be him and Baker Mayfield. You know, veteran versus rookie. Or if it's still Andy Dalton, that'll still be interesting because Andy Dalton's coming back home to play a team he used to do battles with in the AFC North for years in the Browns. So this matchup is pretty interesting. Now, also, I forgot to mention with the Chiefs, another reason why this is a major game and it just feels so primetime worthy. Look at all the star power attached to this game with Myles Garrett, Baker Mayfield, OBJ's going to be back, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, you know, the former Chief. Also, of course, Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. Hey, you can't get any better than that. But now, let me move on to week 4. The Browns travel to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Kevin Stefanski finally returns to Minnesota after taking the head coaching job here with the Browns a couple of seasons earlier. That's going to be a 1 o'clock matchup on CBS. So that's definitely going to be pretty interesting to see how Stefanski fares against his old team. Going up against his former boss and mentor in Mike Zimmer. Michelin said, QC, will you go to any of the Browns games? I'm going to try to. But Michelin is going to be a hard ticket to come by. But I definitely want to go to a couple of Browns games this year. That's going to be interesting to see, you know, as Kevin Stefanski goes up against his former team. Debbie can't wait to see that. Now on to week 5. The Browns stay on the road. They go all the way out to La La Land to take on the Chargers in LA. Now, this is going to be another pretty good matchup. Of course, it's a 4 o'clock matchup due to the fact it's on the West Coast. But this is going to be another good matchup because, as you all know, in Baker's rookie year in 2018, he broke the rookie touchdown record that had been previously set by Peyton Manning and Russell Wilson. And then Justin Herbert, he came along last year and he broke the rookie touchdown record in a lot more ways than one. So this is going to be a real good matchup between these two, who both held the rookie touchdown record. Also, it's going to be very interesting to see how Justin Herbert progresses in his second year, and can the Browns defense definitely make him have that sophomore jinx? And can the Browns find a way to win out there? Because it's always tough for teams on opposite sides of the coast to get wins out there due to travel, due to time zone adjustment. So that's going to be a good game to watch. Now, on to week 6. The Browns come back home. They take on the Arizona Cardinals. Definitely got some real good storylines here in this matchup. This is a 4:05 game. That's going to be on Fox. So that's basically Fox's game of the week. And definitely got a great matchup here with Kyler Murray against Baker Mayfield. Now, these two teams met a couple of years ago in Arizona, where the Cardinals definitely won convincingly against the Browns. Kyler Murray, he had a hell of a game. Also, both of them played at Oklahoma. Both are former number 1 picks. So definitely got a great QB matchup. Also, the great defensive matchup. You got J.J. Watt, Myles Garrett, and Watt's former teammate Jadeveon Clowney lining up against lining up on the defensive side of the ball, trying to stop, either quarterback from putting their stamp on the game. Also, you're going to have some great wide receiver, star wide receiver matchups in DeAndre Hopkins and OBJ. So this is definitely a game I'm looking forward to, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Next, the Browns stay at home. They play the Denver Broncos on Thursday Night Football. So that'll be an 8:20 start. Now the Broncos definitely have improved offensively, but they just don't have the QB yet. You know, Drew Lock, he's still a question mark, but as you all know, the rumors of Aaron Rodgers being traded there has definitely got some heat the last few weeks. So who knows? Maybe if they do find a way to get Aaron Rodgers, this matchup will be looked at totally differently once it arrives on October 21st. Also, you still got Von Miller back there on the defensive end. Even though he may be getting out of his prime, that man can still can run and find ways to get to the QB. So definitely can't sleep on Von Miller. He's too good. Michelin, you said Browns versus Ravens. That will be a great game. Definitely. Going to get to that in a few. All right, now, week 8, the Browns still stay at home and finally start to play teams in the division. And what better way to start that trend than the Pittsburgh Steelers at home? Now, it's a 1 o'clock game that's going to be on CBS, and this will be the first time the Browns and Steelers played against each other since that Super Wild Card weekend playoff game last year where the Browns went in the Heinz Field and dominated the Steelers. So that's going to be very interesting to see. Excuse me. Definitely going to see how Big Ben, can Big Ben have a comeback year? Can Juju Smith-Schuster finally prove that he's the number one wideout on that team? Or will he prove AB right when he called him Boo-Boo Smith-Schuster a few years ago? But this game, definitely a rivalry has been renewed. The Browns won the final game of the season against the Steelers. Yes, it was a narrow margin, but they found a way to win. They punched their ticket to the playoffs, then went on the road to knock off the Steelers, despite the fact they were missing Stefanski, Joe Bitonio, Denzel Ward, and a few other key players. So, of course, the Steelers are definitely going to have payback on their minds because not only did they get beat, they got embarrassed for the most part. Yeah, they made a game of it in the second half, but it was too little too late. Excuse me. And if any Steeler player says they don't have this game circled, they're lying. They're lying to me, and they're lying to the fans, and they're lying to themselves. They definitely got this game circled. I mean, come on. You don't forget that type of beatdown in a playoff game. Okay, now the Browns go back on the road again for 2 more games. Week 9, they stay in the AFC North where they take on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. The matchups between the Browns and the Bengals were fun last year. Burrow's going to be in his second year. Plus, he's got a couple offensive weapons now, especially the rookie Jamar Chase out of LSU. Man, excuse me. Jamar Chase is definitely a beast. Definitely liked him when he was at LSU. I think he wasn't being looked at enough. And now he gets to be reunited with his former teammate. And I definitely expect it to be a fun game down there in Cincy. Then the Browns travel up east, up to Foxborough to take on the New England Patriots in week 10. That's a 1 o'clock start. Who knows? It depends on how the Patriots do. This game could be flexed. It'll be interesting to see who's going to be the quarterback, whether it's going to stay Cam or if Mac Jones is going to get the start. But It's definitely going to be a pretty good game. Of course, you got the Bill Belichick storyline, as we all know. Excuse me again. Belichick was the coach of the Browns in his last season before they ultimately moved to Baltimore. And once they got to Baltimore, they fired Belichick. That's another discussion for another time. But this is going to be a pretty nice game. They upgraded defensively by adding guys like Matt Judon from the Ravens, who was a pretty good edge rusher for them. So definitely can't wait to see how improved this Pats defense is. And I want to see, oh man, excuse me, how better they're going to be offensively. Now on to week 11. The Detroit Lions come to the land. That's November 21st. That's a 1 o'clock start. It's not going to be Matthew Stafford, as he was traded away to the LA Rams for Jared Goff. So that's going to be very interesting to see Jared Goff and Baker go at it. As everybody knows, Goff was the number one. Well, you know, this is another battle of former number one picks, as Goff was the number one pick of the Rams, while Baker was the number one pick for the Browns. Excuse me. Sweat none of these lights. All right. Now, week 12. This is a big game. Another AFC North battle. The Browns travel to Baltimore to take on the Ravens on Sunday Night Football. Now, definitely had a feeling that one of these games against the Ravens was going to get a prime time slot, especially after last year's game. Excuse me, between the Ravens and Browns on Monday Night Football was such an instant classic. Sadly, the Browns lost, but still, people are still going to be talking about that game for years to come. Just how back and forth that game was. Both offenses was just scoring at will. How it just came down to the wire. So definitely looking forward to this game. It's going to be played Thanksgiving week. Well, this is going to be the game to, oh, excuse me. This is going to be the game that puts a cap on Thanksgiving weekend, as it's going to be played, Sunday, November 28th. So this is the perfect game to put a cap to, to put a cap on Thanksgiving weekend. Baker and Lamar going at it once again. And who knows, this definitely could be the game that decides whoever wins the game may win the AFC North. So definitely excited to see that. And plus, definitely going to be doing the dinner and Sunday Night Football live stream for that game. And I definitely can't wait. That's the ooh, excuse me again. That's one of the main games I got circled for dinner and Sunday Night Football. Now the Browns, they get a bye week 13. But after that, they only have 5 games left to finish off the season. Y'all excuse me for a minute. I got to step away. Don't worry. I'll be right back. Don't go away. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Went to get some water. Woo! Miss Shalane, you say I'm looking forward to the upcoming football season. So am I. And you also said Browns and Ravens will be a great game. Definitely. Definitely. That game is definitely going to be a great game. That game definitely is going to be the main game that gets circled on everybody's schedule. All right. So let's get back to the final 5 games. Out of the bye week, the Ravens come here to Cleveland to battle it out against the Browns. Then the Raiders come into Cleveland week 15. Now, that game can either be played December 18th or December 19th. That could be one of the Saturday night games that they flex in, late in the season. Derek Carr, Baker Mayfield. As you all know, last year the Raiders came in and, knocked off the Browns in a very hard-fought, grind-out game in a rainstorm. But let's see if the Browns can find a way to get payback. That's going to be another game. That's another game I got circled on this schedule. Definitely want to see the Browns get payback on them. Plus, a lot of Raider fans been talking trash to me on Twitter. But that's another discussion for another time. As a matter of fact, when I was at the NFL draft, I'm gonna go a little bit off course here. I ran into a diehard Raiders fan. He was a Raiders podcaster. Yeah, he was doing a live stream for his channel. Real cool dude. But he was talking his trash, talking about how we always beat the Browns. Like, all right. That's another reason why I want the Browns to get paid back on the Raiders, to shut him up. So definitely hope that happens in week 15. Now, another game that I'm very excited about. The Browns, they travel to Lambeau Field to take on the Packers in Green Bay on Christmas Day. Is a 4:30 start, so that's essentially the quote-unquote primetime game, and that's going to be on Fox. Now, if Aaron Rodgers stays in Green Bay, it makes the matchup even more exciting. A veteran in Aaron Rodgers, future Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion, 3-time MVP, Super Bowl MVP, going up against an up-and-coming QB in Baker. Plus, you got star power. You still got the star power there with Nick Chubb, Aaron Jones, of course, Myles Garrett, Devontae Adams, OBJ. What better way to finish off Christmas Day than a great game like this? Two franchises that are cornerstones of one of the cornerstones of the NFL. Well, both are cornerstone franchises of the NFL, kicking it off on one of the biggest holidays. Can't get no better than that, and I definitely can't wait to see this game on Christmas Day. Now, the Browns finish out the season against a couple of AFC North opponents. This time, the Browns travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. A couple of days after the New Year on Monday Night Football. It'll be their first time going to Heinz Field since the playoff beatdown they gave the Steelers there last year. Who knows what can happen? Maybe the Steelers might be fighting for a playoff berth, or This might be Big Ben's final season that we're counting down here. But either way, it's going to be interesting. Definitely can't wait. And of course, being on Monday Night Football is definitely a bonus. Excuse me. Now, for the season finale, the Browns finish up at home against the Bengals in Cincinnati. So the Bengals are definitely going to take a trip up the I-95, I-75, come down to the land. Who knows? Maybe the Browns could be fighting for a playoff berth, or maybe they might be this might be the game that decides the division. This game could definitely get flexed just for that reason. Now, despite the fact the Bengals may not have a good record by then, but this could be a Sunday night game because say if both, the Browns and the Ravens both clinch playoff berths, but the division winner hasn't been decided yet. Who knows? Look at last year. They showed, Washington against the Eagles, and the Eagles had a sorry record, but it was more about, Washington because they had an opportunity to win the NFC East. So this same scenario could play out. Excuse me. Now, as all y'all know, I don't like to play the schedule game because, who knows? Anything can happen within a season. So why even try to predict wins and losses this early? We haven't even gotten a training camp yet. So I'm just one of those who lets the schedule just play itself out. Injuries can happen. Knocking on wood for the Browns. Also, teams who are supposed, who getting all the hype and all the love don't play up to the hype. We definitely saw that with the Browns in 2019. So, and also teams you didn't think were going to be good, they ought to, they turn around and have winning seasons. So I like to just let the schedule play itself out. Now, I know some Browns fans on social media are complaining how tough the schedule is, but it may not be as tough as, it looks on paper. We don't know how these other teams are going to be once we face them. Look at last year. Everyone thought the Cowboys was going to do, thought the Cowboys was going to do good. Look what happened. By the time the Browns faced them, they only had one win by the time, the Browns went into Jerry World. Which is kind of a stupid nickname, but hey. So, to all my Browns fans out there, let the schedule play itself out. Okay? Just let the schedule play itself out, and everything's going to take care of itself. Trust me. And plus, of course, they were going to have a little tougher schedule. A team that finishes 11-5, 9 times out of 10 is not going to get a 4-12 or 5-11 schedule. That's very rare. That's very rare that happens. So this is definitely going to be a fun. So definitely looking forward to this season. Definitely can't wait to see all these games be played, especially the ones in prime time, because it's just such an honor to be on prime time. It's basically saying that the nation really wants to see you, and you're the only ticket in town that night. Excuse me. Now, the main games I'm looking forward to from this schedule, of course, week 1 against the Chiefs. Definitely can't wait to see that game kick off. Then, of course, also the home opener against the Texans. Can't wait to see the Cardinals and the Broncos when they come here to Cleveland. Especially the Cardinals. Definitely want to see Kyler and Baker go at it. You know, also see who's going to win the wide receiver duo between DeAndre and OBJ. Can't wait to see the Chargers. Definitely want to see Herbert and Baker go at it. Definitely can't wait to see the Steelers come to Cleveland. Who knows how they're going to be once the Browns and the Steelers meet. And plus, I ain't going to lie, I want to see the Browns beat them again. But also, the main game I'm looking forward to the most, Browns and Ravens on Sunday Night Football to cap off Thanksgiving weekend. Lamar and Baker do battle in prime time once again. This time, Baker goes to Lamar's place. Who knows? Maybe Baker goes in there and gets his payback. Which we shall see. Then off of the bye week, Browns and Ravens, square off again here in Cleveland. Who knows? That game could be flexed to say Sunday Night Football or to the 425 slot. We'll have to wait and see. And definitely, I'm looking forward to the Christmas Day game in Green Bay. Now, Aaron Rodgers is still with the Packers. Then that would even make the matchup more exciting because we get to see him and Baker finally square off against each other for the first time ever in Baker's career. And plus, what better way to cap off Christmas Day than having a game of two franchises that are both of them are one of the cornerstones of the NFL with their long history and fan base, squaring it off in one of the most iconic stadiums in the NFL, if not all of sports. But man, I'm just so excited for this season, especially for the Browns, and definitely can't wait for it to get underway starting September 12th. It's going to be fun. Definitely going to be doing some live streams for a few Browns games this season. Mr. Lane, you said you looking forward to the Browns playing the Ravens and the Steelers. Okay. Mr. Lane, you said, I think the Browns will make it to the playoffs again. Definitely. Now, I definitely think they're going to be a contender for the division this year. But like I said, I definitely can't wait to see how it all plays out. And definitely can't wait to see these games be played. Yep. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a fun season. Not just for the Browns, but for the NFL all around. The NFL is talking about full capacity in the stadiums. So I definitely expect every NFL stadium, especially First Energy Stadium, to be loud and rocking. Excuse me. Hopefully, I can go to a couple of games, or if I can't, hey, I can't wait to see the Browns home games on TV and just hear that stadium be loud and just go crazy. Michelin said, will you videotape when you go to the Browns games? Yeah, I might do a video. I might do a video or two on it. I might do a video or two on that. Because I've never been to a Browns game. I have never been to a Browns game. Not at all. But hopefully, if I can definitely get a ticket, I would love to go to the Browns game, go to a Browns game. Michelin, you said first time for everything. Yeah, that's true. I'm also sitting up here looking at the Sunday night football schedule for all the dinner Sunday night football live streams as well. Of course, the Browns and the Ravens, excuse me, don't face off on Sunday night football until week 12. So that's November 28th. That's the end of Thanksgiving weekend. There's some good matchups, but there's some questionable matchups. Like week 1, they're going to face the Bears are going to face off against the Rams in LA. But we already know why they're doing that because the Rams got the new stadium, and plus, since they couldn't, show it off last year because of COVID, the NFL's giving them a chance to finally show it off with fans. So I get it. Also, the Chiefs and Raiders are facing off week 10. So, of course, they want to show off their new stadium with fans. I get it. But a lot of people were kind of PO'd up on social media because a lot of them felt that the Browns and Chiefs should have been week 1 on Sunday Night Football, and they're right. Michelin, you said travel to Chicago for the Bears and the Browns. Actually, the Bears and the Browns are going to be played here in Cleveland, Michelin, and not in Chicago. Michelin said, okay, my mistake. It's all right. But yep, definitely want to know which Browns games y'all looking forward to. Whether you're a Browns fan or not, especially my Browns fans. Who may be out there watching, or if you watch the replay, definitely want to know. Definitely want to know what games you're looking forward to. And also, since the Sunday Night Football schedule has been released, I might have definitely might have to do something promoting some of these matchups. Michelin, you said you can travel to Chicago for the Taste of Chicago this summer. Yeah, I definitely might be coming back to Chicago for that, Michelin. But I wonder what's the guidelines for that? And is it gonna be like letting everyone in, or is it gonna be like limited capacity? Okay, Michelin, you said you looking forward to the Browns versus Ravens on Sunday Night Football, Browns Steelers, and Browns Chiefs. All right, now. Michelin, you said limited amount of people for the Taste of Chicago. How many? Well, how many they're gonna allow into Taste of Chicago, Michelin? If you know the number. But man, I'm excited to be doing these NFL live streams. Definitely can't wait to do, dinner and Sunday Night Football once again, season 3. Excuse me. Definitely excited to do that. And guess what? This year, I'm going to be able to do all the Sunday Night Football games. Now, in the past, I wasn't able to do them all because due to other live streams like 2019, I did the World Series. Last year, I couldn't do them all, missed a couple because of the NBA Finals. But this year, I will be able to do all 17 games. So that's definitely going to be fun. And I definitely can't wait to bring all those live streams to you. I'm going to do a few Browns games this season. Of course, I'm going to be doing the Browns and Ravens game Thanksgiving weekend for dinner and Sunday Night Football. Also, I think I may do live streams for the Browns and Bears. The Cardinals. Definitely do the kickoff game for the Chiefs. As well as the Browns and the Broncos at home. But man, I just can't wait to see the Browns in action once again, especially the new improved defense. Also, to see how everyone that was on the team last year, how they're going to improve. Just excited for the Browns as well as just to see football. But anyways, y'all, I got to get out of here. Thank y'all for joining me. Make sure you come back tomorrow night. I'm doing an all-new NBA live stream. Tomorrow night will be the Heat versus 76ers. That'll be at 7 o'clock, so be sure to join me for that. For all you who watched on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope, thanks for joining me. Also, if you want to donate to this channel, you can donate via Cash App or PayPal. There's the Cash App cash tag, $ talking and grubbing. Also, there's the PayPal email address, talkingandgrubbing@gmail.com. Same to you, Miss Shalana. Thank you. So thank y'all for joining me here for this special live stream tonight. Can't wait for all this action to unfold. September 12th, when the Browns take on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. Definitely be doing a live stream for that and can't wait to bring it to you. So until tomorrow, y'all have a good one. Love y'all to life. Salute. Y'all be safe.